Peace. What is up, my family? I am OnenO. Welcome back to the blog. Before we jump into the subject, I gotta show you what's outside my window. It's a little thing called Seoul, Korea. Yes, I am actually out here in South Korea today, and I am getting ready to do Ultra Music Festival 2017 out here in Miami with an EDM artist known as Kashmir. If you want to see some of the rehearsal footage that we've been doing this week, there's a playlist in my YouTube channel called Kashmir Ultra Music Festival 2017 Rehearsal. Check that out. You'll get to see me doing my music thing behind the scenes. But for today, we're actually having a different subject. We're not talking about music. We're going to talk about the greatest secret in the entire universe. Now, before I reveal to you what is the greatest secret in the universe, I need to give you a little bit of a backstory. So, when you dive deep into what people call the esoteric world, you're going to find all of this talk of secrecy. There's like stuff that mystery schools have taught their students that they don't teach the world at large. Now, just full disclosure, I have never been through any kind of mystery school. I've done nothing but a lot of YouTube research, a lot of book reading, and a lot of deep diving into my own soul. And I've discovered the greatest secret in the universe simply by that method. So what I'm sharing here in this video has not been told to me by somebody else. In fact, it's been told to me from my own soul forward. And so I want to share with you the greatest secret in the universe. But again, let's talk about the context. The context of this secret is such that people throughout history have been murdered and killed for giving forth this information. But now we live in a time where that's no longer necessary. We live in a time now where the greatest secret can be talked about openly and freely. And that is because we are on a brink of change when it comes to human nature. Since 2012, we have been undergoing an extreme societal change. But society is changing simply because the human being is changing. And now let's jump into this secret. What is this secret that I'm talking about? The number one secret in the entire universe is that you are an immortal being, meaning that you cannot die. Now, at first, your brain, your ego, might kick back at this information and say, what are you talking about? Death is real. All bodies are going to die. So how could I possibly be immortal? But this is the secret of the mystery schools, is that you are not your body. Your body is an instrument that you are using. So I use my five senses to perceive the world around me. But listen to what I just said. I use my body. I use my senses. I see this world. Who is this I that I'm talking about? It's not your ego, and it's not your body. If you become identified with your body, then you will think that the secret of immortality is that your body will never die. But that is not true. For everything that begins will also have an ending. But therein also lies the secret. Your soul has never had a beginning, and your soul will never have an ending. Your soul came into this body, came into this physical universe to have experiences, to play out everything from drama to excitement. It doesn't seem to make sense that you would come into this place to experience something called drama, but yet you came into this place to experience a spectrum of life. You are an infinite soul which can have infinite experiences. And the experience that you're having right now is what it is like to be in human form. The other thing that is really interesting about this human experience is that it is also an experience of forgetting your true nature. Because when you, the soul, become merged with your body at the moment of birth, you undergo a process where the older you get, the further away from birth you get, the deeper into this body you appear to become. And therefore, the greatest secret of all of these mystery schools is just the simple reminder that you are not the body, you are using the body. You are the being within the body. But yet, it is nearly impossible to speak what I'm speaking clearly, because I'm talking about you, the intangible spirit. You are the perceiver looking through the physical body, looking into this dimension of reality. And you, this non-physical being, this vibrational being, have an existence already beyond the body. I am not confined in my body, but I am using this body while I'm here. And so the greatest secret is that you are immortal, and that you, which is the immortal being inside the body, using the body, at one with the body for now, you, the soul, have had no beginning and will have no end. My other favorite way of describing this subject is one that I heard from a channel named Bashar. And he talks a lot about go into the nature of existence and you'll find the answer there. When you meditate deeply on what it means to exist. Existence, something that exists, can never not exist. It's impossible. Everything that exists here and now. Everything that doesn't exist is already non-existent. And if you are existing, you will never cease existing. You see, this is the greatest fear that the ego is actually playing on your soul, on your eternal self. The ego knows that it is temporary, and so it convinces you, the soul, that you are also temporary, but you are not. And this is where it is your divine mission to remember that you, the soul, are eternal, and you, the ego, you can't even say you, the ego, because the ego is not you. The ego is the informant of the body to you, the eternal soul. And so you are immortal as you exist right now. But you have this tendency, I have this tendency to think with my brain that I am temporary. And so that leads to the fear of death, because the fear of death is the ego's ultimate fear. The ego knows that it is not eternal. This body has a certain amount of shelf life to it. I will be in this body for one lifetime, however long that lifetime is. And then there will come a point where I move beyond this body. But this is the point of the secret. When I move beyond this body into the spiritual realm and eventually into another form of some kind, everything that I have learned, everything that I have gone through, everything I have experienced comes with me. Which is why this life, it's very important in this life to refine your soul. And how do you refine your soul? You refine your soul through your experiences. It's your choices. The choices and the behaviors that you embody in this lifetime become part of your soul. And you're basically going through a school while you live in this body, while you live in this earth. You're going through a school which is teaching you better choices, better behaviors, better ways of living in harmony with what you call nature. And your eternal soul will remember every single choice you've made, every single behavior you have ever demonstrated. And therefore, when you move beyond this body, you take all of those things with you. If you've lived a life that has been incredibly selfish and negative, and you've dominated other people and you have harmed your environment, that goes with you when you move beyond the body. But if you've lived in such a way where you have found balance, you have found harmony, and you're living from that place, then when you move beyond, you take those experiences with you. For instance, I'm a musician. In this life, I'm a musician, but I say that with the context that I know I have been a musician in other lifetimes. And my knowledge has come back to me in this lifetime. It is saved within my soul. Now there's a word also in these esoteric realms called Akash. And your Akashic memory is your soul memory. It's the memory that moves with you from form to form to form. You see, Einstein has a quote, one of my favorite quotes, where he says, energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transferred. And you are an energetic being. So when the body is destroyed, you, the energetic being, cannot be destroyed. You will simply be transferred into another form of expression. And that's the ultimate secret, is that you will never cease to be. That which exists can never not exist. Everything that does not exist is already non-existent. Anything that exists eternally. But then the ego seeps into that train of thought and tries to convince you that you're the body. And that's the beginning of the illusion. That's the beginning of the veil that drops in front of your soul. Because you then think that you are this temporary being, but you are not. And it's my mission while I'm in this body, in this dimension, to remind you that you are eternal. That's the only thing that I want you to take away from this video. The greatest secret in the entire universe is that you are eternal. I could keep ranting, I could keep going on and on and on, but for the sake of keeping the video short, I'm going to end it here. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you've taken away from this video. If you like what I do here, give a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I launched a Patreon just recently, so you can check it out there. There's a link in the description as well as a card here at the end of the video. Come support what I do over on Patreon if you like what I'm up to. Otherwise, check out more of the videos. And until I see you again along the journey, oneness in sound, I am OnenO. Peace.